Hey guys, the private citizenry in Canada is yet under attack again. And it's coming from a different angle, a very manipulative, broken thought angle that I wouldn't even conjure up in my mind what governments to do to us. Well, they're taxing us to death. I'm a private citizen, entrepreneur, small business owner, mom and pops. And we're being taxed to death, whether it's through shipping, whether it's through income tax, whether it's through just taxation through the nose, whether it's to heat my store, my phone, whatever. Everything is either through protectionism, we don't have options, we're under attack with that. And it's basically diminishing the private citizenry, middle class business in Canada. Now, wake up if you're in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, because this might be coming to you guys. Now, okay, well, they're creating more and more government jobs to fill positions and make money. Well, they're taxing us more. Remember the whole public sector versus private sector we've been talking about here for over 10 years? Well, it's going to get worse. Because now they got this thing right now, the Liberal government, and I think in the NDP, they're working together to create this welcome new citizen wage subsidy, or new citizen wage subsidy, where the government of Canada is going to fund private businesses up to 70% of wages. What does that mean? They're going to have to raise more taxes on the private citizen that's just trying to feed his family. And that's what's happening right now. So people are going to come into Canada, and who do you think they're going to hire? They're going to obviously hire people that they could get subsidized wages from 50 to 70%. That's who they're going to hire. They're not going to hire the Canadian proper. And we talked about this with you guys, how I was talking to a district manager of a big chain place, a big chain operation, okay? He was told at a regional meeting that anybody that is of Canada, Canadian or whatever, or European expansion, to take their resume and destroy it. So it's not on the property, so there's no proof of them receiving it. Okay, we were talking about this already years and years ago. Right in 2017, we were talking about this. How the Canadian proper, even the Australian proper, they're all under attack when it comes to... And then they create this image that, well, Canadians don't want to work those jobs. So it's gotten to a point where Canadians don't want to work the jobs, the fast food. Now Canadians don't want to work at the banks. Now Canadians don't want to work for the government. Now Canadians don't want to work at all. So they're making up these excuses on why they need to bring in more people, even though the people here that are in need of jobs don't get hired or don't get touched. And this is a big problem. So now employers are just going to take these people that come in, and they're going to go ahead and hire them because 70% of their wages will be subsidized. And they in turn are going to raise taxes on the private citizen through our gas, through our natural gas to heat our homes, electricity. We don't have multiple companies we could choose from here in Canada. It's all protectionism. We talked about this. We have 3 airlines, 3 cell phone companies, and 1 gas company for natural gas that I have no choice but to take, and 1 electrical company, and 1 car insurance company. 1 car insurance company. So that's where it's gotten to, folks, and that's where it's come. I'm an immigrant. My family are immigrants. We came from Portugal. Look at that. I'm a Portuguese. There's my flag there in my backyard. We came here to build this country. We came here with 25 cents in our pocket. We had to borrow money from family to get tickets to come here, and we had to pay them back. We had to scrape by just to get by to eat. My parents paid their home off in 4.5 years at 13 or 16% interest. I'm going to ask my mom. I think it was 13 or 16% interest. They paid their home off in 4 years, put me through school, worked their butts off, and just did what they can to make it. But they really contributed to society. They paid their taxes. They did what they had to do. They made lots of sacrifices, and now we're back into this socialist, communist, government control ism that we are in right now. Now they're going to be paying wages. Now they're going to be paying up to 70%. So more and more Canadians will be losing their jobs to people coming over that we don't need. Well, what are you doing here, Mike? My family built. The Portuguese built Toronto. It's called the European expansion. The Greeks, the Italians, Portuguese. right? The Caribbean community worked really hard to build Oshawa, Ontario, Oakville, Ontario, Mississauga, Ontario. They built the Earth. Without that, you wouldn't have running water or electricity coming to your house. That's why we're here. Anyways, I want to let you guys know this is what's going to be happening, and it's going to be death to the Canadian proper. Canadian proper is finished. And I don't even know where to... Let me know what you guys think. It started with the whole public sector versus private sector and government creating hundreds of thousands of jobs out of thin air, giving these six-figure income government jobs to people that have been in Canada less than 3 months. And not giving it to the locals that have worked their whole lives and built the buildings that these people are in. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this program. Wage subsidy, welcome to Canada, wage subsidy, 70%, 50 to 70% of wages being paid by our tax money that we're already taxed to death. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.